Good morning, all. It's a pleasure and an honor to welcome you to the EC3 conference and CIB W70A event in this wonderful location in Crete. And I thank you for your participation on behalf of the whole organizing committee that count more than the people that you see here on the table. We are a big team, and we work very hard to try to prepare this event for all you guys, and it's really a good chance for exchanges ideas, networking, and you could see very high profile scientific papers. So here we have Mohamad Kassem, that is program chair. I'm the conference chair, and we have Robert, Amor, and Jakob Beetz as coordinator of the CIB W78. And we have Dimitrios Rovas as a director, chair of the board of directors of the EC3. So here you can see our main colleagues that are working in this event, and also the dissemination chair, that is Mariana Shrekovic, and the publication chair, that is Athanasios Kassiakos. And here is the agenda for this morning. We will start with an introduction about the EC3 and the CIB W78. And then we will go through some practical matters about the organization of the conference. Then we will have the keynote presentation with the best paper and the runner-up presentation. And then we will have the introduction of our technical committees that will give you an overview about their work in the different topics. And after the coffee breaks, we will have the breakout session about the. We start with the scientific part of the conference. So I leave the floor to Dimitrios for introducing the EC3. And please, if you want to come here.
So, good morning, everyone, and welcome. So, on behalf of the board of directors of EC3, which you see over there, we have worked together with the conference committee and CIB in preparing this event. So, I would like to extend a warm welcome to everyone who traveled here to Crete to be with us. I hope it's going to be a few very productive and interesting days, both on the research side of things, but also on the interaction side of things. So EC3 is an organization which is quite new. It started in 2017, probably a few miles or a few kilometers west from here. Yanis Brilakis from Cambridge, Rafael Sachs, and Fred Bosche organized a conference called LC3 that was collocated with a number of conferences, including the CIB. And basically that community started there, and we had our first individual event and activity in 2019. And then we had a number of activities, some of them online because of COVID, and then some of them face-to-face, like last year in Rhodes. And so this 2023 event is happening here in Crete. And one of the principles that we have been always working with is trying to integrate and interact with other communities active in the same or similar domains. And so we're very happy and very honored to be collocating this conference with the CIB community, which gets an international community in place, in addition to many of the Europeans that have been attending the previous conferences. EC3 has been organizing this conference series, but it's not only about that. So our mission is more broad. One of the other activities that happened last week and have happened in the past have been organizing a summer school. That summer school focuses more on the student side and the educational side, and what you see is the organizers, and there will be a separate report later on. But but also the cohort that attended the event last week, and some of them are still here with us today. And just one final aspect is that what we're looking within the European Council of Computing and Construction activities is not only to just organize a conference, which is very important on the interaction and integration on the research side of things, but it is also to generate a community that can generate more broad impact in a number of areas. So one part is obviously the conference, another part is the training and education, which has been happening through the summer school. But then there is a number of technical committees that are trying to consolidate knowledge and present that knowledge in a format that is appealing to third-party stakeholders, that might be industry or policy. So we have a number of committees that are working on that space, and we're going to have later on today a short presentation of these committees, and then later today a more comprehensive meeting. So if you're interested in becoming part or engaging with some of these activities, I would like to encourage you to follow, to learn about more, and then contact me or contact us or contact the committee chairs so that you can be more actively engaged on the community and you can be more actively engaged in preparing and contributing to that work. So with that, let me thank you and extend a warm welcome, and hope we have a very productive and interesting 3 days ahead of us. Thank you.
And we'll be right back with you. Good morning. I'm Robert Amor, co-coordinator of W78 with Jakob Beetz here at the front. My great pleasure to welcome everyone here to this joint conference with EC3. We're, I was going to say nice people. We're nice people, but we're really friendly people. And I think that's one of the characteristics of W78, that we're a community. We get to know people, that we like to engage with the researchers that are here. So please, I look like an old guy, but I'm happy to talk to anyone and everyone. And that's true of the W78 community, that we're trying to build the community here. And so please, come and talk to us. We're great to hear what you're doing. We love to know what's happening. Talk to the people whose names you've seen on papers that you've been reading. This is the way to build up your network and build up those that you're going to work with for the rest of your life. I started as a PhD student in this community and have a lot of good friends over the years. They're all retiring now, so that tells me something as well. I've been here too long. But it's a great community, a community for life, and please take advantage of all of the people who are here and engage with them. I should say a little bit about CIB for those who may not know it. So CIB is the International Council for Research and Innovation in Buildings and Construction. They seem to like long names. It's about 300 organizations, about 3,000 researchers involved in CIB, set up after the war as a way to help rebuild in Europe, understanding the building needs in Europe, and rebuild has now become international or all across the world, and celebrating 70 years this year, so a big milestone for CIB. CIB has a huge range of commissions that work in various areas, so whatever you're interested in, there's a commission for you in CIB, and W78 is one of those commissions. We're looking at IT and construction. And if you can do the maths, you'll see, well, we're 40 years old this year. So also been around for a long time and celebrating the success that we've had over that time. So we have a paper award set up for celebrating Prof. Eastman's 70th birthday, and that runs every year, and so we'll be awarding that at the closing plenary here. So for the PhD students, that award will be happening at the end of the conference. And so we're really interested in developing the community, developing early career researchers. Typically we have about 50% of the attendees are PhD students at our W78 conferences, so it's a real place to develop the community and the people who are coming through it. We're very proud that we maintain high standards on it, so we're a highly ranked conference series, and we work hard to make sure that not just building the community, but giving you a good start with the quality of the papers which are coming through. For those who may be interested in working with W78 over the years, or just want to know where the next conference and holiday is going to be, we have a commission meeting at 4 o'clock today, and everyone is welcome to come along to that and have some input to what we're doing. And if you have great ideas about what you'd like this series to be, what other things we should be doing in IT and construction, come along. We value that enthusiasm, and we're always looking for other things that we can do in this area. But we'll continue with the conference. As I say, pleasure to be here, and I hope it's a lot of you. I hope to talk to all of you by the end of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Okay, now let's go to see some practical matters for the running of the conference. We will have our session in 4 rooms. Here where we are is the Minos, and we have the Lida on the side, and then we have Marika A and Marika B in another block of the building, the buildings of the hotel. You can see in the sort of map, but there are also signs for reaching the rooms. There are like 5 minutes of distance, so it's not so long. You can go through the pool where was yesterday the welcome cocktail, and you can reach the different rooms. We have our registration desk here outside the Minos room, where you can also book the excursion if you want then to visit the island and enjoy the place. And we will have 2 points for the coffee breaks, one here next to this block of the Minos and Lida, and the second near the Marika A and B. And you can have the lunch at the Red Pepper restaurant that is in the building where Marika A and B are located. For the dress code, you can be casual. We don't need the suits or ties. Maybe we can accept flip-flops, but if you're going to the beach, but it's okay. We are here for enjoying the scientific program and the place and the people, so we are not so formal. But I'm Italian, so I have the suite. And in the rooms, it's better not to bring drinks or food, please. And water and plastic cups also should stay outside all the rooms. Very important. Use the USB for uploading your presentation in the presenter laptop in each room, because we cannot switch with other laptops. And make sure to be at your room for your session 10 minutes before and present to the chair. And you will have 12 minutes and 3 minutes of Q&A after your presentation. For the chairs, thank you as first for chairing our session and for helping us in the organization. And if you can arrive 10 minutes early on your session, could be amazing. And try to run the session on time so people can switch between the different sessions and find the paper that are interested in following. You have your badge for the registration, and here you have the important tickets for the conference, so the lunch coupons, the conference dinner coupons, and for all the things that you need for moving inside the location of the conference. So wear it so people can know your name and can introduce to you. and don't lose it. Thank you. Then some last tips. Try to be on time, and in the top ranked papers will lead the sessions. We are trying to be paperless. We have only our program printed, but we have also a conference hub and a conference for me that you can download and follow the last updates in the program. And we will have also the video proceedings on our YouTube channel for having all the viability of all the presentation for the community. And then Monday afternoon we will have the technical committees, so you can join different groups. You have the list on the program and the rooms, so you can participate and cooperate in the technical works of this committee. And we will have the thesis in 3 competition for the PhD student Tuesday afternoon, and we will run a final evaluation Wednesday morning. And then we will have tomorrow the gala dinner, Tuesday night. And so we'll hope to have you all there for enjoying together the time after the scientific part. You can also, as I mentioned, book excursion with our Mythos organization group that is at the registration desk. We will have the breakout session with the tracks that you found for the submission, and so we have all the data sensing and acquisition, data analysis, simulation resilience, data integration methods, education policy and standardization, product and process modeling, blockchain and distributed ledger technology, virtual and augmented reality, energy modeling and monitoring, and the cloud BIM section. We ranked all the papers in advance, so we supported the high quality papers, and we had also a double round of reviews for the paper, so we try to increase the level of our output on the papers, and also I want to thank all our reviewers. And then we will have these video proceedings for a broad dissemination of all the research topics and works presented in the conference. You will have all the materials in a digital form. You can find in the website all the papers and the conference schedule. And also we are happy that we had our summer school very successfully led by Theo Dunas and Karen Blaine, so thank you also to them. And then we will have 2 keynote presentations that are the best paper ranked in all the submission. And the high-ranking papers will lead each breakout session. The accepted paper will be published in our conference proceedings, and every paper will have a DOI number. And we applied for the Scopus indexing, and we are waiting for a final approval. And also, as you have seen in our website, selected best paper will be invited to submit to Automation in Construction with their expanded contributions. So on the website, you can already find your paper with the DOI number. And we will publish the online proceedings shortly after the conference, collecting all the papers, and all the papers that will be presented in presence now at the conference, and also the paper that provided a pre-recorded presentation that you can find it also on YouTube. So for the video proceedings, we will record your presentation and the speaker, so we will have all the on-site presentation and pre-recorded presentation. If you don't want to allow us for the publication on YouTube, you can download here, you can connect here to a resin permission form and ask for not publishing your video. Here are this, if you want to use this QR code for downloading the conference app, is in the Conference for Me application, and you can select the EC3 CIB W78. But we have also, you have also in the backpack the program, the printed program, where you can check all this session and find the papers to follow. And you have all the agenda. Then we will have the thesis in 3 competition. We are very happy that a lot of participants submitted for this session. We have 27 participants. That is a lot. We are growing very fastly, and so we are very happy of this warm participation. And we will have 3 different committees for evaluating all the submission. For the gala dinner, we will go to Arolithos. That is a traditional Cretan village. Tuesday, after the sessions, we will have the buses that will bring us to the location for a traditional Cretan dinner and a visit of the traditional village with music and dancing. And we will have also the awards at the dinner. Then, if you want to also visit the island, could be you can find some excursion that you have also in the agenda, and you can book at the registration desk, and you can enjoy the sea, the archaeological site, and all the history that is very rich in this island. So thank you to all the community. This year we are the double than the last year. So thank you all for joining, and we want to thank you also our sponsor, Akka Software, for supporting us in our organization. And now I can leave the floor to Mohamad for presenting the best papers. And we will have the keynote presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome from me, your program chair. I am probably behind every annoying email you received. I didn't sign them on purpose, except the one before the email, before the conference. Basically, we in EC3, we select an overall best paper, 1 paper. And I think this time, because it's by Anne Goebbels and Jakob is CIBW coordinator, I want to explain that just in case some people might think there is a conflict of interest, there isn't at all. CIBW 78, they haven't been involved in that at all. The way we ranked and we selected this paper is anonymous reviews. They scored it. It was one of the top-rated papers, and we selected about 12 top-rated papers from across all tracks. We sent them to a scientific board, and they selected the paper. So it's very transparent, anonymous process with no involvement from CIB. So it just happened. So I have the pleasure to introduce Anne Goebbels for the overall best paper. And I have to say, we are not giving the prize now, so the prize will be given over the gala dinner. But I would really like to applaud really Anne for this amazing achievement before she starts her presentation. Please, Anne, come to your presentation.